Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is between affiliated to another main event, as you will. We got another
Mm.
wrestling match tonight in the Monster Mash series. Been a while, but this time we're going to be doing Godzilla versus Hedorah. And tonight on the commentary, we got our color commentators, both Caleb and Eric. Gentlemen, how you doing right now?
Oh, I'm riding off the high of the fumes of WrestleMania 40, so I'm here and I'm happy for this one.
Oh.
Great WrestleMania, by the way.
There you go, Caleb. What match are we into tonight? What kind of match are we going to be seeing here?
Oh dear. So yeah, whenever we got this on the randomizer, I was like, okay, this is the crazy Godzilla movie. This is the one. Eric rightfully pointed out that there are some crazy ones in the Haysayer as well, but I don't know. I feel like this one takes the cake of just being just bizarre, but definitely excited to dig into it. And I will say this is actually one of the Godzilla movies that I've seen the most because when I first got my first Godzilla DVD, it was this dollar store 2-pack of Godzilla versus the Smog Monster and Godzilla versus Megalon. A really shitty one. It was in really bad shape, both cuts. But I watched that DVD many times. So
All right then. I guess, gentlemen, if you would, please, and of course, yeah, also, ladies and gentlemen, those of you unaffiliated, please get your copies past menus to timestamp 0. We'll at least we're going to experience like the Criterion version, so keep that in mind briefly. But we're going to do our level best to give you hopefully an entertaining commentary as we go like scene by scene almost, and provide context as to what's happening. Oh, you'll definitely be hearing us talk about the context here, and so please get your copies ready to it, and Caleb, take it away.
yeah, I guess we'll hit play on the word play in 3, 2, 1, play. The Criterion Donut, as I started saying.
Or half-eaten donut. Actually, funny story, not funny story, but the recent, I say recent, but the THQ Nordic, a video game company or publisher,
Oh yeah.
they have like a Q, like at the end with their Q, it's kind of looks like the Criterion symbol.
Huh. I never would have thought about that, but I can see that. Yeah. Haven't thought about that company in a long time.
They've recently put out another game. I don't remember. Oh, it was the recent South Park game, Snow Day or whatever it's called.
Hey, speaking of snow, there you go with the snow on Mount Fuji there.
There you go. That doesn't look like snow. Oh, water. Okay. Well, I guess. Wow, that was a quick transition there. So,
No.
what match are we looking at tonight, Caleb? What's the rules here? What are we looking at for? Like, is this a no contest? Are we talking? Is this like a backstage brawl?
Oh, this is a sludge fight.
A sludge fight. Okay, well, if you could please, oh, those eyes, oh my, if you could please at least maybe explain, like the rules pertaining to a sludge fight, what that is.
Yeah, well, this one there's no pinfall or submission or count out. It's just you tear apart the guy and pull out all of his guts.
Oh man.
So spoilers, but we'll see if we'll see who wins in this fight.
Man. Oh man.
But I am curious for you, Eric, because I know that you at least had seen this one prior. I don't know if you. I don't think you had, Isaac. I don't think you'd seen this one.
Intentionally.
But did you have strong memories coming into this, Eric, to discuss this today?
Certain parts, because I was only reviewing it earlier, not really paying attention, and there were certain parts that I recognized and thought, "Oh, it's this one." Okay. I remember upon first watch. Yeah, certain things that stick out to me, for sure.
Yeah, and by the way, as someone who was always a giant James Bond fan as a kid, I always loved this opening. It had this James Bond feel, but also kind of a creepy vibe. And by the way, this movie as a kid, this one scared the hell out of me at times. I always thought of this as like the Blob fights Godzilla. But I think this is a pretty fun, silly opening.
I could see it that way. Well, what was that? There's an old movie, as I say old movie, but there's like a 50s or early 60s American movie, like space, like B movie. It was like the not creature from space, like the slime monster or something like that, or something where like these people go to a space station and then this like green.
Oh, it's the green slime.
That is the green. Yeah, that one. Yeah, thank you.
Is that what you mean? Oh, I didn't. It's interesting that you've seen that.
Briefly.
Yeah, that's part of this. That's part of this weird Italian horror. I think it's 6 films or sci-fi horror.
Jeez.
and they're all kind of like remakes of each other. There's the Green Slime, there's the Wild Wild Planet, I think it's called. Maybe it's the Gamma 7 series, something like that. Oh, it's interesting that you've seen that.
Huh. I either Svengoolie showed it, like showed it one night, or I saw it somewhere. I don't know how, and I was so fascinated. This is like 2012, by the way, so I'm just like, what the hey is this movie? I Google it. That thing was creepy. That thing was tripping balls for me. But this
It
one, I'm gonna
was.
say it up front. I'm gonna say it up front for you, Caleb. I think House is more trippy than this.
Uh, House is more trippy than this. Oh, of course, yeah. House
Yes,
or House Sue, 1977. That
House Sue. Sorry, pardon me. House Sue.
Yeah, that movie is bonkers as hell and amazing. That's I've never seen anything like that. But for Godzilla, this one's stepping way out of the usual tent that they hang out under.
You're not wrong. I'm not denying that. This one can definitely be considered trippy. But as for
Yeah, what's strange about this movie, I thought that I probably didn't have the first time I watched it back when the big set came out. But this movie came out the same time um, that what they call and goes by other names, like when like the oh my gosh, what do they call it now? Like the Hollywood new wave or new Hollywood
Yeah,
of the late '60s and early '70s, the films that were popular, which were like these up and coming, sort of like the A24 of its day, relatively speaking. There was all these movies that were like sort of like the A24 of '69 to '72, '73. And it's weird how, this movie came out in '71, I believe. And this is almost like a Japanese version of that movement of what was happening in the United States at the same time. Because I say that just because of some of the opening shots and cinematography on that hilltop. Like that's the kind of stuff you would see in these new Hollywood films that, just is not really like normal to be expected because most of the Godzilla films in the Showa era prior to this, whenever they're outdoors or whatever, if you're lucky they're shooting on location, but oftentimes they're shooting like studio for location or whatever,
yeah,
so you don't get those like artistic cinematography. Yeah, there was some in like the two films preceding this. There was a little bit of that guerrilla style shooting on the street, but it just strikes me like it how I guess what was happening in Hollywood in the US kind of got across the sea relatively quickly.
yeah, and they were even doing it in the late '60s, early into '70 with some of these Japanese films. If you ever heard of the Stray Cat Rock series, it has a very similar look to this, and it is, yeah, I feel like it's in line with some of the stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, and it reminds me of like some of the famous cult samurai films that came out like
Mm,
in like the early '70s. They have this kind of look, which I always kind of liked, and I never understood why Japanese and martial arts samurai films got away from this look because things kind of looked like this for a while in the Asian cinema I've seen. But then like the '80s hit and it's like everyone just said screw it. Like
yeah.
who cares?
Oh yeah, and I guess I could see some DNA too with the crazy female prisoner scorpion series that me and Isaac covered several years back,
Hmm.
with some of that more on the street stuff, and then dipping just randomly into more surrealist imagery out of nowhere. That series is filled with that kind of stuff.
Hmm. I'm getting Thunderball vibes.
Yeah, there we go.
and
Oh, and I did want to comment. We missed the scene earlier. Sorry, Isaac, just briefly, of the little kid playing with his Godzilla toys, sending him
Oh
down the
yeah.
slide. I love that. I was like, oh man, I want to get one of those.
And this also represents another thing that was huge at the time, which is what in those days, at least in the United States, they called like ecology or the ecology movement.
Yeah,
Um, which what do they call it nowadays? Just like environmentalism or something like that.
yep,
Um, but especially younger people don't realize how big this was in the late '60s, early to mid '70s, at least in the United States. It was huge, just like it is now for certain sects,
Yeesh.
SECTS.
yeah. What were you gonna say, Isaac? Before I when I cut you off? if you remember.
That's okay. What year was this? Is one I was gonna say, but what year was Silent Running? That's
Hmm.
73 or 72.
Around there.
I would guess 74, but
Okay.
that's just like a guess off the top of my head. I'll verify
I
it.
don't know if you'd count that one as the green thumb movement, but like,
Oh,
Yeah, big
100%.
time.
okay, there you go.
Million percent.
What I was going to say was we have this, poor sod who's about to go into this polluted water and get a third eye when he comes out.
72.
It's like the kid that the tadpole jumps at him and he just puts up his knife to slice it up. I guess you could see those demon eyes.
That's a nice effect. I mean, wait, what is happening? That was just what he was imagining himself doing?
No, yeah, that thing jumped at him, I guess. I think.
So did he actually cut it?
Good question.
Yeah, and then I guess he was surprised that there was nothing on it.
Okay, but that was a nice effect. I mean, it's literally just cutting through mud, but I guess it could substitute as like the flesh or skin of the creature.
Uh huh.
But I guess technically maybe that didn't happen because as we discover, this kid is a psychic kid and he's got a connection to these monsters.
Yes, because I was starting to think if he was having like a little young Paul Atreides moment.
Yeah, and I guess this is slightly in a way a prequel to the Heisei era because in the Heisei era there's a main character throughout almost all the movies who's psychic. And so we get that here as a
I feel like I'm going to make 100 James Bond references now. But like the mid to end of the Connery era, even though the movies started getting a little bit more schlocky in the Bond franchise, they still had a certain amount of movie making quality.
Standards, principles.
Yeah, that would radically deteriorate through the 70s of Bond and just be completely ape crap in the 80s in terms of quality control.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I think Godzilla kind of followed a similar trajectory through the decades.
Dang those eyes.
Yeah, no, I've always thought that there was tons of similarities between the two franchises, and that is one of the things that's similar. Yeah.
I can also see that.
Yeah, I agree with me and Caleb. Yes.
So anyway, this is I think the biggest thing this movie's influenced, or at least the reason it's remembered, is because Hideaki Anno, excuse me, used this as a basis for Shin Godzilla.
Really? I mean,
Oh.
I guess
Oh.
like if I stretch my imagination.
No, of course not. Of course, no.
Oh,
Of
damn
course
you.
not. Just with Hedorah and the fact that he has like 4 forms.
Okay.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but isn't there one from the Heisei era that's kind of
Yeah.
ecology or environmental minded?
Biolante.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that's what I thought. Yeah, I was thinking about Biolante as I was looking through this earlier today.
Oh, hey, he survived. It looks like that poor sod survived, and let's see his third eye.
I thought that was supposed to be a scale model of like a hillside.
I thought so as well. Dinosaur.
I was thinking of Close Encounters and like the mashed potato mountain. I love a good miniature diorama.
That's a smart thing. Okay, well, he
Oh, look at Mothra. A nice little cameo
Yeah, I
of
like
Mothra.
that.
did not get a third eye. Instead, became Two-Face.
I do like this.
Mm.
There's almost like a cynical moment with this kid when they're talking about what happened to the dad, and then the kid puts up his hand like, "Look, I got burnt too." And then we just cut to the photographers for like an extended moment as they're zooming into the injury.
Mm.
And that reminds me of Return of Godzilla, Godzilla 84. Just with the press coming in.
Another funny thing about the aesthetic, obviously it's Asia, but Caleb, if and when we ever see Bergman's Scenes from a Marriage, even though that takes place in Sweden, but I think the movie is also like 71, 72. Even though that's Northern Europe, there's something about the decor and aesthetic that is so similar to this, even though they're continents away from each other. Like, I'm talking about like the furnishings and the decor of the house or apartment or bungalow, whatever it is.
Oh, but I have to cut in here. There's been so much going on.
There he is!
One, Godzilla, the music that they have him introduced here in front of the rising sun. That's when you know that things have just gone into a weird direction. I don't know what the hell they're doing with this music, but I'm curious for you, Isaac. What the hell did you think about that animation just cutting in out of nowhere?
Who's in my territory? Anyway, so I'm pretty sure the first Peanuts movie I have seen is a lot
The
more
first
trippy than
Peanuts
this.
movie?
Yeah, the first Peanuts movie is a lot more trippy than this. This part is, but the animation that is like the little like not stills, but the little animation throughout this is pretty cute and quaint, and I like it.
Wait, when you say first Peanuts movie, is that like a modern Peanuts movie or like is it like
Hold
vintage?
on a second, take over for me.
I like the way they did this effect of the oil just coming in and taking everything over. Like it doesn't look convincing, but I just enjoy the corny quality of it.
Okay. And it's funny seeing this like floating massive trash because
Yeah,
everyone in modern times has heard about this thing floating in the Pacific that's supposedly the size of Texas.
yeah, yeah.
However, when I stayed by the Texas coast in the late 80s, early 90s, the particular location where my family and another family um, we rented these bungalows that were on the shore of the bay, and this is literally what the water looked like
Oh wow,
outside, like right where our bungalow was, and it literally smelled like a sewer or water treatment plant, like the ocean did
gross.
right there by the pier. And it was literally like this green goo film that was just floating on the surface.
I do love that little like little essay from that little kid of being like, "Oh, there's so much gross stuff in the ocean. I bet Godzilla would be mad if he saw this." And then we see him, and he's just like, "Fuck all this trash."
I'm wondering because I can't remember, even though we've seen some of the films recently, because this Godzilla, this version, appearance wise, looks very similar to like the original Godzilla, like in the black and whites.
Oh,
Was it like that throughout the whole Showa era, or were they getting back a little bit to basics aesthetically, or was it just basically consistent, more or less, from the beginning
no,
up till now?
no, they were constantly changing it up almost the whole way through.
Okay, because this one strikes me as like a little bit throwback to the original design.
That's fair. And I think it was all Monsters Attack that came before this, and that one, I don't even know what Godzilla they used to film for that movie because there was so much stock footage. It was just taking from so many different movies.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh god, I did not like that at all.
So the first Peanuts movie, Eric, sorry to interrupt, was called A
You're fine.
Boy Named Charlie Brown from 1969. So same year as
Okay,
this,
so
I
you were talking
believe.
about like the originals. Okay, I
Yep.
just wasn't sure if you're talking about like I know there's some newer films that I have not seen of it.
One film. All the specials on Apple are not films.
Oh, I don't even know what you're talking about, but
Yeah, I
That's
don't know
fair.
about that either.
Of course.
okay.
But
I'm not a Peanuts aficionado, but
were you saying that that one's like more surreal or trippy than this movie? Is that what you're saying?
It's up for debate. I don't. It has a whole
it's
sequence
up for
with like,
debate.
but with whole like sequence of Beethoven's music like being played in the background of some images. I'll just say that much. But I mean, Raggedy Ann
Oh,
still takes the cake for that one. I even found this one where it's the same studio of United Artists, or not United Artists, but the United Syndicate, the guys who made a lot of the Peanuts specials, who did a version of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I still haven't watched it yet, but like, I'm like, what the hey is
huh.
this? Anyway, so we have this scene of the professor and his family. Like he's getting like he's got like a sample from this like tadpole, and he's looking at it. It's like, huh, it's kind of it's not calcified, but it's hardened, and it's almost like it's become pure carbon or something like that, and many other minerals. And he's testing like things out in his little lab.
Yeah, and honestly, this scientist plot is more interesting than a lot of them are. I think it's
Well, especially for this current era that we're and when I say I'm micro era that we're in
yeah,
right now.
early 70s, late 60s. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, exactly.
And then they all had to have kids at this point, but making the kid this psychic kid who can get visions from Godzilla, that also makes it a little bit more interesting than some of the stupid stuff.
Lisan Al
And
Ghalib.
that weirdly, I wonder where that trope came from. It's not just a Japanese thing. I mean, there was a lot of psychic kids. I mean, it started somewhere in the 60s in the United States media, but it continued well through the 70s.
Hills Have Eyes, Children of the Corn.
Well, I don't know about that.
But not just horror films, but like Disney live action, like Escape from Witch Mountain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, That and the Dunwich Cuckoos, the Children of the Damned. Maybe it was I can't remember who wrote Escape from Witch Mountain, but maybe some of those kids' books leading into that. That's a great book, by the way.
Now I'm thinking of Chalky. No one's gonna know what that is.
That's from the same guy who wrote the Dunwich Cuckoos, actually.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know, because I don't even know what the Dunwich Cuckoos is, but that's crazy.
Yeah, John Wyndham.
That rings a bell.
I will say when I was a kid too, like whenever I saw anything that had flasks and test tubes and mixing chemicals, it's kind of like how computers were misrepresented in 80s movies. Like I just thought you could do anything with a computer back in the 80s, or you could do anything if you had like a chemistry set. Like you could just solve anything if you know how to use one.
Actually, I think it's Midwich Cuckoos, I think. Or Dunwich, I'm not sure. But
I don't even know what that is. I have to Google it.
it is the basis for the Children of the Damned. If you ever heard of that 60s horror movie.
I've heard of that, and the Iron Maiden song.
Oh. Oh, another thing I like about this movie too is I feel like it's only about 85 minutes, and they get to the fights pretty quick. Like some of these Godzilla movies, you're waiting for, I would say, too long. Like maybe half an hour in or 40 minutes in. They jump to it. What is this? About 20 minutes in, we get to our first fight.
Well, if the human content's good enough, I don't mind the 45-minute wait.
Yummy.
It all depends. It all depends.
That's fair.
Case by case scenarios for me.
Yeah.
Jeez, what kind of shake is McDonald's putting out now?
Oh dear.
This was the moment where it started to just get weird, and when I started to be disturbed as a kid.
This is what I thought about the first time I saw that trailer for the new Doctor Who special.
So that's what a heart looks
Weird.
like when it beats.
I'm telling you, when I don't know if you were there, Caleb, when we recorded that MHC, but Josh was just saying, "Oh, it looks terrible. There's going to be a dance number. There's going to be a dance number. Look, there's even Dalek spheres."
Yeah.
But when I finally watched that trailer, because I was one of the last people to watch it, I was thinking about this specific scene from Godzilla. I couldn't remember what film it was in, but I do remember as I was going through the set chronologically when it first released. I do remember when I got to this one because all this stuff struck me. And actually, I like this stuff because...
Me too.
Something else I was going to bring up. Why is it that I feel like a great many of the live action Godzillas that we've watched since I've joined you guys seem to be all these late 60s? I know we've done some Heisei. I know we did the animated, but I just feel like
Yeah.
the randomizer is focused on this period of most of my least favorite, certainly of the Showa era.
Agreed.
And I don't know why they're all coming up, but of this micro era of the Showa, this one bothers me far less than the other ones with kids that we've talked about.
Absolutely.
So I much rather watch this one, even though this creature effect looks terrible.
Spooky, scary skeletons. What are you doing here? Get out of here. I thought I turned that notification off. Get away. Get back in the closet.
But I do like this stuff. It kind of reminds me of how I've always had an affinity for like the Barbarella film and just wacky stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'll say for the... Oh, go ahead.
No, if you want this kind of late 60s surreal... Oh, I think you've seen it. See the Monkeys movie Head for a heaping dose of late 60s pop surrealism.
Yeah, and I was going to say for all the Godzilla movies that would play on TV a lot, this one seemed to be in the rotation quite a bit. And this was the only Godzilla movie where it would come on that I would have to cover my eyes at parts because it was too scary. Those skeletons dancing around scared me, and then, yeah, some of the images of Hedorah himself, I don't know why I found him so creepy, but
I can see
I was exposed to like full-on adult rated R films at a very young age.
Me too.
So anything like this would almost never scare me. Yes, there were certain classic Doctor Who episodes that creep me out here and there, but that's because something about that early 80s British sci-fi in general, or television sci-fi, it is so... how can you describe that stuff? It's so sterile and so like it's inherently foreboding. Like the aforementioned Chalky, like all the British sci-fi kind of looked like that on television in the early 80s. Everything was so dire and so grim with zero levity. So that stuff would freak me out just because it was so like dystopian in nature. Like feeling wise, not necessarily story theme wise.
Yeah, I get what you mean. With this one, I feel like maybe it was just an element of not understanding what was going on with the weird surreal stuff. And then it almost has like an apocalyptic vibe because everyone's getting sick and dying later in the movie.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yes.
And I wonder if that's one of the other favorite allegories of Japanese media. You know, like there always has to be an oblique reference to like radiation sickness or radiation poisoning or something of
Mm.
that effect, even if it's not a direct comparison. Now, the Hedorah creature, like I'm imagining like whatever this artist sketches look like before they design the actual suit. And I think on paper it would look great.
Yep.
It's just the execution of the actual creature suit. I wouldn't sign off on that.
No. Yeah.
Simply put, like with Godzilla's costume here, obviously you can see the fine details of like I guess I'll call them scales for lack of a better term. But the other creature
Oh.
is way too rubbery, and because it's supposed to be a large, kaiju, it does not work. It looks like a very poor Mighty Morphin Power Ranger suit.
Oh, I like the comparison. It's them shuffling it up.
Oh, nice, nice. That's actually. Oh wow, someone just diarrheaed on the window. Um, as outrageous as this battle is, still does not bother me as much as some of the earlier ones in the '60s. Like the infamous one where Godzilla does the jump and the weird. I don't even know what you call that move, that midair move that he does famously.
Drop kick.
Oh, by the way, that too. That disturbed me. All the dead bodies.
Well, not that's the drop kick. The one where he like jumps up and does like a Ultraman move in air.
Yeah, I can't remember which one that was, but
I think it's the one where they're in space and there's like the aliens trying to come like from the mid '60s.
Those musicians aren't even playing the right notes.
might be Invasion of the Astro Monster.
Yeah, there's like a duel like on a moon or something.
By the way, I love all the men when they do their bit and we cut to them. They just sound kind of like monotone. I think they're funny.
I don't know what it was with those. I don't know what you call them, like those oil wax imagery effects that were very popular in the late '60s, '70s. And it's funny when I watch first time reactors on YouTube when they watch like Star Trek V Final Frontier or like the opening credits for the original Superman movie, or what was the example I saw recently?
Oh, by the way, this was that blob bit that really scared me as a kid. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
it's coming to kill them.
yeah, totally like the '50s blob
Yeah.
that we watched together for some podcast at some point. Probably Novice Leaders. And then also in Dune when they what do they call it, fold space at the beginning, the David Lynch version. I've watched first time reactors watch all these different examples I just mentioned.
Don't like that. I don't like that.
And when they see those parts, they're just like, how did they do this? Or like the crazy trip out scene in 2001. Young people are just like, how did they make these crazy effects without CG? They don't know it's that whole oil thing, like the lava lamp effect.
Yeah, Isaac, were you reacting to the cat all covered in the...
Yep.
Yeah, that always
Yep.
sat with me.
Didn't like that. Did not like that at all. And I'll just make the joke now
Just
because...
because it was a dirty cat? Or a cat that was in filth?
Well, yeah, it just looked like it was in pain, like from being in like that paint. So
I have a vision of seeing a bunch of kittens in a real life situation like that when I was
you
a
have
kid.
yet to. I do yourself a favor and look up Felidae.
I don't even know what you just said.
Felidae, the
Felidae?
Yeah, it's the Latin word for cat.
Oh.
Latin word for cat, yeah. A great book.
Or genus, excuse me, I believe. Really good book.
Oh, okay.
Especially the balloon scene.
Oh, God.
The thing about Hedorah, though, if you guys own the Criterion set, there's like a really great illustration in that
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that folio or that
There's
book.
like no bad illustrations in that Criterion
Yeah,
set.
so this looks cool, this creature in the book, but this is almost like a Gamera level kaiju in terms of production.
Oh, so much of this is Gamera, like the kid with the psychic connection to
Oh, true,
the
true.
hero.
Caleb, what I'm seeing right now is it seems as though Godzilla's got the rigor mortis in him. He's juking and gyrating right now. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. When we talked about Godzilla 2014, I was saying we lost some of the kind of character of Godzilla. Like this guy, he's lots of reactions, lots of mugging to the camera. Maybe a bit too much, but
Oh my god,
I
he
mean,
threw a cow pie at him.
I've heard of cutting a promo, but like, what the hell is your like angle here, King G? What are you doing?
the Irish whip. I think he just did an Irish
Get
whip.
over there! I told you to sit down. There you go. He did say Irish whip. There you go. He's not an orange whip. Okay.
Oh,
Freaking
yeah.
Oh, this movie ended quickly.
get out of here with that.
The blading went wrong.
Shamrock Shake was a month ago. Okay, and Atomic Breath. Oh my goodness. Jeez, he's made up of Shamrock Shake. Who would have known?
Oh, J.J. Abrams, a young intern on the production.
Look at
Really?
Godzilla. He's like studying, like, what's that reaction?
So, like, what'd he do? Just drink coffee?
Man, he looks like it feels like I feel like it's the same puppeteer who does Cookie Monster.
The eyes. The eyes.
Godzilla's mouth.
Can absolutely see
This
it.
is a stretch. Not, no pun intended, but like, I guess maybe they slightly took somebody heard like, oh, there's this guy. His name was like American writer named H.P. Lovecraft. He made this like weird creature called Cthulhu. Here's an illustration of him. Okay, we're gonna take that, but like make this with kelp.
I like how it just has like sideways, like vertical eyes.
Yes.
Slits. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, not the best. Not the best.
Oh man, look at all that Mountain Dew everywhere. Yeah, definitely. This is why you shouldn't always drink Mountain Dew, gamers. Stop.
I like how Godzilla's hand motions are even Asian in style.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
exactly how Asian people are like, come over here.
Hey,
come
where
over
are you
here.
going?
Just-
Get out of my territory.
It never seems fair that so many creatures that Godzilla goes against can just inexplicably fly, like the Decepticons in the
Yep.
G1 Transformer cartoons. Like, why do they all get to fly and very few Autobots have the ability?
Jetfire.
Right, of course. Like, it's usually the planes if it's the Autobots.
Don't you dare even try to escape from me. That's my territory, you.
I like Asian Joe Grant in this, but I'm not sure about Asian Matt Dillon.
Yeah, he's kind of weird. The uncle, like, I don't know if you see the wife of that kid's or that kid's mom. That's supposedly his sister, but she looks like she's in her 40s, maybe mid 40s, and then this guy looks like, I don't know. It's quite the age gap.
First off, I thought that was his older brother.
No, yeah, he always calls the kid nephew.
Huh.
I thought it was a brother too. Yeah.
So before we had Chuck Jones's The Lorax, we had this. Or was that around the same time? Either way, it's like, well, I guess they both got their ideas.
Oh, this is another vestige of 70s films of having like weird animated intercuts, like of this type of style that was popular in the 70s.
But again, I think freaking The Lorax scares me more than this.
No, this doesn't scare you, no. This actually makes me think a lot of the Mighty Boosh. They do some animated cut-ins that have a similar quality to this.
But this is such a 70s aesthetic. I mean, for television shows,
Jeez.
children's programming, all kinds of
We're
stuff.
getting like casualties and numbers here. Good grief.
Yeah.
And Aftermath.
Yeah, their battle fuck people up big time.
Straight up, this is like one of the most like lethal and how do I put this? Mortality based like Godzilla films in most of these films, I'd say. Like even almost a similar like death count to maybe even the original. Just for like what they show.
Yeah, and like I said about the apocalyptic vibe, this scientist keeps saying like, "Oh, if we don't solve this pollution, like that's going to be the end for us."
I always wonder what those OK stickers meant on Japanese vehicles in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
Because we had a 76 Honda Civic.
Is that a Mitsubishi?
And it had that OK sticker. And I always wondered, like, what does that even mean?
It looked like the Mitsubishi logo, but it probably wasn't.
Oh, I don't know.
So, anyways, the uncle's muse, is she the same one from last night with the hair and the bikini bottom?
Yep, yeah, no, that's her.
Okay.
Hey, she's looking great here. I mean, she looked good before too, but I'm. By the way, I always liked the seashell or the placement on her costume during the dancing that always stood out for me. But yeah, I shouldn't say that.
Where was the seashell?
What kind of lenses they use for that long shot? Because whatever lens, I don't know the correct terms. It's one of those long lenses, I suspect, to keep the background in focus. But it, because of whatever lens and technique, it almost made it look like they were on a rear projection screen, even though I'm pretty sure they weren't on the long shot.
Do we know if the boy still has his bandages around his hand, or did he just get rid of those? He's like, I'm good.
Yeah, he showed him. He showed him to his uncle when he was doing his Godzilla impression.
So this is obviously a throwback to the guy with the eye patch in the original.
Dr. Serizawa.
There you go.
I think that was on the right side.
Oh man, I miss a good Letterman jacket.
Letterman jacket. Yeah,
Or varsity jacket? Or
I mean, it was such a, well, we usually call them Letterman jackets in the U.S., but it was such a staple of fashion, and I want to say it died in the late '80s, at least in this country or this part of the country.
Isaac, since you watched this one earlier today, what were you thinking of the music choices throughout this thing? If you remember.
That's an array of fish food on the shelf there.
yeah, I think I remember more of John Barry's score from Game of Death than I do this one. Unfortunately,
Oh, really?
I was trying to. Maybe I need to listen to it again, but I was trying to get into.
John Barry did Game of Death.
Yeah, Game of Death. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was trying to get into the beginning song. Like a lot of these like Godzilla films have some good music to them. Some more like passable than others, but like I guess I'll have to put this one as passable. I I feel like I did have stuff for it, but I have to actually listen to it like while we're commentating, and I can't do
That's
that
fair.
because I can't multi-focus. So
I don't want to derail the commentary for a second, but Caleb, have you seen the newest Godzilla Legendary Pictures film?
I was there day one. Yeah, opening night I was there.
day one.
Okay. All I want to know, because I haven't seen it, is I kind of know the answer already, but I'm assuming it's definitely worth seeing as a G fan. But if you were just like a general audience type person, well, I think they kind of like it too.
They do.
General audiences,
Yeah.
from what I've heard. Okay, so then answer this question. For my particular taste, Godzilla aside, will the movie turn out as terrible as it seems to me just based on the trailer? I mean, I'm still gonna like it because it's Godzilla, but in terms of filmmaking, Godzilla aside, is it gonna annoy me the way the trailer
I don't know.
triggering me to be annoyed?
There are things in it that are annoying, but if you're looking for a movie that focuses much more on the giant monster stuff, characterization, like there's plenty of extended scenes in that movie with no dialogue because it's just monsters interaction for a long
I know
time.
you've brought that up a lot, especially in the modern American films. I think you've brought that up a lot.
Yes, there's a lot of just storytelling through actions that characters are making, facial expressions.
Because I meant to see it day one myself, even though I did not like the trailer that I saw, but I've just been so busy. But I will see it in theaters.
And now we just apparently cut to the Andromeda Nebula. Like, okay,
Oh, this bit's stupid.
what the heck, guys?
This bit's stupid.
Like, I guess I'll say it here. The idea that Hedorah came from the space and then assimilated a lot of Earth's pollution kind of takes away the fact of like, oh, this is a problem caused by us. No, I came from space.
It does to a degree, except for the part where it came here because we are producing what it likes to consume, I guess.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, and you can tell this filmmaker, this was one of their few projects that they did.
Shaky cam.
And they were not someone who worked prior with the Godzilla franchise, so they were just using this opportunity to do a lot of different stuff visually. And some of it works, some of it's weird.
What's crazy about this POV shot on the roller coaster is it looks like it was just done handheld.
It does.
Like, was it too much to bolt it onto the rail or something? Like, was that just out of the realm of the budget?
Yeah, it was hand. I love the way they insert that stupid Godzilla shot. Like that is so fakey and dumb.
Or whoever that was.
I mean, at least it's a real shot. Like it's not rear projection or
Uh,
front projection. But still, like, what's with the handheld for the POV? I mean,
yeah.
they got it relatively clear for the human shots. Why couldn't they just flip the rig around?
Gangway. She's wearing
Oh my
something.
god! For some reason, I like her outfit a lot.
Yeah, her
Yeah,
outfit
me
reminds me of
too.
And she has anime hair. I think just from riding the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Oh, who does she remind me of? Somebody from some anime.
I feel like she's switching through like different female characters from the Final Fantasy game series, like because she just keeps changing like scene to scene.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm a fan of hers. She's one
Yeah, I'm a fan too.
I'll be
Of,
sending flowers.
yeah, Japanese Joe Grant.
Jeez, what the flip just happened there? Well, explosions. What's going on?
Yeah, the camera's gonna scroll down and we'll see Godzilla just looking up at the beautiful destruction, just like a -1.
Yes. This is exactly what I wish. Complete and utter devastation of humankind.
Oh my god, I feel like this kid has my hairstyle from the early mid '80s, or I had his.
Did you have your style too? Is that how you dressed?
No. I dressed like Ralph Macchio in the first Karate Kid movie.
Makes sense.
I realized that later, like 10, 15 years ago.
Wait, is this a prison? No.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness! What the flip kind of flying saucer is that?
What are you talking about? A prison? What do you mean a prison?
No, this is Octopussy training her group of elite fighters or whatever they were.
So when I worked at Amazon for a brief time, a lot of the stuff that, like the way their management techniques and styles, they adopted from Japanese warehouses and their styles. So, I mean, we didn't literally do calisthenics, but we would have to do exercises as a group at the beginning of our shifts and returning from lunch.
Oh, really?
Well, holy smokes! This is gonna send the economy up in flames.
Man, this is so like Diamonds Are Forever.
Wow, and we're only 39 minutes into the. Oh wow, we have like less than an hour left. 39 minutes in the movie.
It's funny how this reminds me of Diamonds Are Forever, and then those. What's the name of the guy who did like the British Marionation? Was it Gary Anderson?
Oh, yeah, Gary Anderson. Yep.
I don't know how I remember that name.
You keep mentioning him all the time. Don't worry, he's been mentioned several times.
Yeah, we mentioned it quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
This Godzilla series.
Because I don't usually remember names like that. Like,
Oh wait, protagonist from Die Buster.
Oh my
That's who
gosh.
she looks like. Okay, I remember now.
now she's channeling.
And he looks like somebody from Ultraman.
Yes.
I was gonna say
yeah.
she's channeling Julia Roberts from Hook.
Wait, oh my word, he's imposing.
Oh my god, that was a great.
Holy crap!
That was a great little flash.
It was.
Love those mini skirts in the late '70s, early '70s.
Wait, where the hey is the where's the kid? Where's your nephew at, bud?
Oh my gosh,
It's looking cool now.
Now I'm thinking of
The silver
I'm
look.
thinking of the dinosaurs. What is that one called in Doctor Who?
Oh, Invasion of the Dinosaurs.
Invasion of the Dinosaurs.
Yep.
I'm thinking of that, and I don't know if you guys had this commercial back in the day, or it was before y'all's time anyway.
The house hippo?
There was like, no, there was this cleaning product in the United States, and all the commercials in the late '80s were the scrubbing bubbles, and there were these little. They look like Hedorah, except they look like.
Oh wait, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, they look like.
I still have that now. What is that gloss?
Yeah, like the silver on him.
Yeah, it was not just that, but like I briefly when he like threw him down, it was like there was some.
Oh my god, it reminds me of like
sheen to the entire like camera itself. Get off my turf!
That Hedorah reminds me of like a silverfish combined with like a horseshoe crab.
Stupid sea slug.
I can see it.
How does this make any sense? Aren't I the creature of devastation? Oh, they all just drop dead.
This is making me think of Goldfinger. Everyone's getting drugged.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah, see, this is apocalyptic. This was scaring the hell out of me as a kid. I was like, oh my god.
No, yeah, but this reminds me of like when certain death scenes, like in POS.
Goodness gracious! I'm telling you, this
I like
is.
how there has to be a chimney. Oh my god! Now it's like Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Look at this poor bastard kid.
You know,
it's like, oh my god,
almost as worse as. Nice. Okay, don't worry, I'm not going to say that. But like, this is almost as bad as the original, just because like the devastation and the fact that we see bodies. Oh, that guy just committed suicide.
Also, just the neighborhood in general, where the kid was just. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Illusions 9/11.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is wow, and this is for kids.
Yeah, this one's.
Jeez.
No, but the neighborhood where the kid just was looked like the neighborhood in like Godzilla 2014 at the beginning.
That's fair.
Anti-Hedorah auction masks for sale. Oh great. No, N95 masks don't work. This part's cool. This part's cool. Of like both ladies walk past each other, they both die, and their faces
Oh my
become
That's so
the
weird.
zone. That's awesome.
That is just so weird.
That is so cool.
And this just reminds me of interstitials on late 70s, early 80s Sesame Street and other PBS programming for kids.
Hey, wait! I gotta ask you a question, Eric. Do you know how to get to Sesame Street?
Sunny day, chasing the clouds away.
Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Is he getting like? Oh, he's getting eye drop. Oh, geez. Okay, and of course, yep. No, Eric doesn't know how to get to Sesame Street. Once again,
Oh, by the way,
I'm alluded for getting to Sesame Street. Never tell you. They never tell you. Anyway, what's going on there, Caleb?
yeah, the guy that you're saying looks like he should have been an Ultraman. It turns out the same year that he was in this, he starred as one of the leads in one of the Kamen Rider series.
Let's go.
Shiruba Kamini.
Oh, Kamen Rider. Every time I don't know anything about Kamen Rider except that it reminds me of that spoof character in My Hero Academia. But also,
Which one?
just when I see Kamen Rider, I just think he's like a hero that has something to do with
It's
Ron.
Adam.
Just because Kamen was like, oh, this is. Are you talking about from Jurassic Park?
Eat. Oh no, nuclear fission. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, so they just sort of demonstrate again with the space. Why are we and cut to space? Okay, but like, so they just straight up completely showed us like a nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, I guess it's 71.
This mother, just the way she looks, aesthetically, ethnically, she looks like so many light-skinned Filipino women of this era. Like the famous Filipina first lady from the 70s and 80s, Imelda Marcos. She looks very much like her. That's a deep cut for the Filipino listeners out there.
That's fair.
But she looks like a light-skinned Filipino from the 70s.
I see it.
And actually, the guy who I said looks like the Asian Matt Dillon. It's not Matt Dillon. I think it's Matt Dillon's brother. I forget his brother's name, who's also an actor.
yeah.
Other John Stamos's brother.
No, but he's a known actor, though. He's not
Yeah,
just like.
yeah. He had a career.
I'll tell you his name in a second because I said Matt Dillon, but that's incorrect.
Yeah, it's yeah, I can't. I wish I could remember his name, but
Yeah, he's in the show Entourage.
So what?
oh,
are
that
we-
show.
Kevin Dillon, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, he was in the Blob, the '80s one.
yeah. So that's who I'm really thinking of, Asian Kevin
Is
Dillon.
this like Hands Across Japan, but like 10 years before what they did, or what America did?
Oh yeah, this is what Jordan Peele was referencing in Us.
Oh,
That's
there you
exactly
go.
right.
Finally, like understand that film. The more I get older.
Oh, I get what you're saying now about the
No. I didn't see anything. What am I talking about? What you came up with this, Eric, not me.
What are you talking about?
I didn't-
Are you taking drugs?
I think he is.
Of course not. I got CTE. It's fine.
I don't even know what that means.
Look it up.
That's I like these images. I wish that they made a little comic book of this, because that's a pretty cool look.
This reminds me of the illustrations in the original Thomas the Tank Engine books.
Yeah, I was just about to do that, Isaac.
No, I'm just still thinking of the one where Biggie Smalls is rapping over the theme, but because that's just amazing. Come on, motherfucker, come on. Sorry.
What do they got? Orange juice? Come on to this talk show. Let's not have water. I'll have orange
It
juice.
looks like Tang to me.
I
I think it's Tang.
despise Tang.
Or it's the municipal water in the small Texas town I
Damn.
lived in 3 years ago.
Freaking weeks of it, and I got
Which I've looked up, like on Wikipedia. There's actually radium in the local water sources where I used to live.
All right, well, that kid hopefully.
Oh yeah, the image of the
Oh my
baby
god,
in it.
Artex!
Can we check to see if that kid grew up to be okay?
Have 3
like
arms, 4
or
legs.
just not even that. Just like he's okay, right? He never became like a serial killer or anything like that.
Oh my god. I
I'm
think
fine
he's
with
okay.
Hedorah having like a tadpole stage, but why does it have to literally look like a normal tadpole?
That's fair.
Like,
That's
it's
He's
fair.
not a tadpole, he's a tadmole. Get it right.
I mean, it's not even real anyway. They could have added some of those like melty looking effects. And what damn monster or creature am I thinking of from like Scooby Doo
Where
or
are you?
Spider Man: His Amazing Friends? There was some type
The
of
skeletons are back. Get back in the closet, you.
The skeletons. What the hell? Why
holy
were they in there?
smokes.
Turns out Frank Miller wrote this
This
one.
this is like the Monkeys movie head.
Yeah, like I said, the director,
Opening titles of Doctor No.
you can tell that the director just was like, okay, this is my opportunity to direct. I got a crazy vision and no one's going to stop me.
Oh, that thing looks like a turd. Ugh.
Oh,
A calcified one.
Yeah, this is what I saw earlier. I was like, why is this big turn on my screen?
Yikes. Okay. Anyway.
Oh wow, that totally looks like a turd that's made out of like a brownie that's been fashioned out of a chocolate bar.
6 weeks old, I put it. Oh, and yeah, when I said that, made that joke about the economy, that yeah, the economy just tanked.
yeah.
When I used to work with the immigrant children, we had to like during COVID times we had to like sanitize all the toys and everything every night.
Yeah.
And we got these new dolls that we put in the play area, and I was like removing the dolls' clothing and wiping them down. Um, and the dolls came with these little diapers, you know? And I took the little diaper off the doll. And as soon as I looked in the diaper, I like immediately dropped it because it looked like there was these scale miniature dukes inside the baby doll diaper.
Oh,
and I was
man.
like, oh my God, like, is this real Duke? Because it looked just like that, what we just saw on screen.
Actual stools.
Yeah, but they were scale, like for the size of the doll. And then I realized what they had done is they took like those stock brown paper towels and they had like wet them and fashioned them into little miniature stool, and it looks so realistic inside the diapers.
By the way, I like this little guitar piece music that they're playing over this. And they have it in black and white
Oh,
because it's dire times for everyone. Like I said, this director,
until they zoomed in. Okay, when it's like the far shot, it reminds me of No Country for Old Men, where the drug deal went wrong.
I guess maybe it's more sepia tone than black and white.
It's sepia toned.
It's somewhere in between. If you take the Instagram filter and put it to 50% instead of 100%, oh dear, back to Technicolor.
I was excited for this because I was like, oh, we're gonna actually like not feel, but we're gonna actually deal with like the consequences or get a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know, not passionate, but just definitely like talk about this.
Now that I think about it, because I was thinking, what would be the modern equivalent of taking such a tonal shift in like a franchise like this? And it'd be like if there was like a Ari Aster or whatever, one of those maverick horror filmmakers right now for A24 or whoever studio. It'd be like if whoever made the movie The Lighthouse, if they were given the keys to the castle and made like a Godzilla movie,
Oh shoot!
like just like a one-off, like that would be what? Wouldn't that be crazy cool?
Yeah.
If a director with that type of vision made like just a one-off Godzilla film. I know you guys don't have. It's the first thing I ever heard you guys talk about before I knew you was Lighthouse. I know you guys didn't really care for that movie. But
What?
Oh, really? No, we loved it.
it's literally the first thing that I listened to with your voices, both of
Okay,
you.
Caleb, what the hey are these guys? Are these guys like just?
Oh my God, this is like a Wicker Man.
Yeah, what were those guys? I don't know what the hell that is. It's like the youth culture is trying to celebrate and look forward, and the old people are in the past. Like,
Man, they are just borrowing from like so much of what was popular in Western cult film of the day.
not the Godzilla toys.
Yeesh.
That's crazy.
Oh,
I forgot a lot of these details.
that ain't Nickelodeon slime. No, the flowers. It was gonna be fall anyways. They were gonna be not the fit. Not okay. This is.
Yeah, they actually. I'm pretty sure they kill all these fish. Yeah, it sure seems like it.
Well, yes and no because there were scenes afterwards where I saw some fish floating around in there. But yeah, they probably
Well, they probably shot those scenes out of sequence.
probably. But that's just
It seems like they killed them all.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't see Nemo in there.
because he got out. That's the rest of the tank. Great goodness gracious me!
Oh wow.
But But I agree with you, Eric. I think it would be cool if they did that. But I understand. I'm sure whatever license Legendary's having to pay for the license,
Oh yeah,
or
yeah,
Warner Brothers,
for sure.
I'm sure that they need to make blockbuster level things to try to justify it.
Yeah, but it would be great.
Should we really be having this kid here before what we're about to do?
I think it'd be incredibly popular. And by the way, are they celebrating like how like in Independence Day and certain other um, sci-fi films of recent decades, where like it's supposed to be the end of the world, but then there's like humans embracing it? Is that what this is supposed to symbolize?
I think it's more supposed to be like, oh, it's up to us youth culture to change the world. And they wanted to bring like 1 million people here, but only 100 showed up, and they're like, well, let's still
They
party.
definitely.
So it's kind of like a pity party thing.
It definitely looks like they're all dancing without a track.
It does.
On set.
Yeah. Oh, this part too disturbed me as a kid here when they're like, "Oh God, we got to try to." Oh, actually, it hasn't happened yet.
Not too. All right. Well,
crazy Wicker Man.
I hate the fact that we're all the way out here instead of in a city where I can blow everything up, but there can only one nuclear and or at least devastation monster, and that's me.
Yeah, I love this shot.
Not you, you has been.
The dual guys walking in, and Hedorah's all sparkly. It looks like he's just dressed the nines.
And what was the deal with bands like Partridge Family, Brady Bunch, Josie and the Pussycats of this era?
Yeah, I don't know.
Papas.
Oh wow, this man. Now I'm getting vibes of
What
is
the heck are you? What kind of? I'm lost.
I don't know. I'm lost too.
What's the name of the Doctor Who episode from the Key to Time season that has the green people who look like
Power of Kroll
from Mighty Boosh? Power of Kroll. That shot, that affects that composite shot.
Yeah.
So made me think of Power of Kroll.
I can see it. Yeah.
Those are fake fish, I think, that are playing dead.
It could be.
I don't think they're.
It could be.
I thought there was one that's moving around.
Because earlier when we had a closer shot, I don't think they were real fish when they were floating upside down.
Yeah, some of them did look a bit
Hopefully.
fake. Yeah.
I think they're all fake, like right now in this scene.
Probably.
Oh, but I do love one.
Up.
Oh, go ahead, Isaac. Sorry.
No, you go ahead first.
I think that TV is fake too.
Oh, what were you saying, Isaac?
Caleb, I don't think I've ever seen this before or seen a promo like this ever in my life as a commentator, a wrestling commentator. What the hey are these two doing? Like,
oh, they're dancing,
getting into the groove, I guess.
Yeah, they want to put on a little dance routine.
There's something about that.
Oh dear.
Anyway, what were you saying there, Caleb?
They both hear their individual entrance music, but we don't hear it, and they're just able to it.
And somebody forgot to play the.
Look at them; they look so stupid.
Okay, he's doing. I don't know if that's a mashed potato, but he's doing something.
I forgot what that move was called.
Charleston Chew. No.
Oh my gosh.
He ain't doing the Tootsie Roll, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, so Hedorah's getting bigger, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's been progressively okay.
Yeah, as things get more polluted, he consumes it and gets bigger and bigger.
More yoked.
Whoa! Godzilla's learned how to dodge.
Sploosh.
He just did that little move.
Splooch. Splotch.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to avoid making any commentaries there. At least there's kids in the audience listening to this.
Oh wow, that is severe third-degree burn, chemical burns. It took out his eye.
He doesn't even look bothered.
Oh, look at this! He morphed.
Oh.
He just
shapeshifted. What's happening? Oh man, I don't like that.
I love it.
When kaiju just like flash transform.
It's a smog beam. It's a smog laser. He took all that smog and he condensed it into a laser and fired at Godzilla. Oh, he's down for the count. Where's the count? Where's the count? What's he doing?
Yeah, he's blind. Oh, he's holding back the ref. Hedorah burned him.
It's only one shoulder. It's only one shoulder.
And all those people are dead. All those people have died. Wow.
Oh my god.
He's saying like, I am only the one to be like
terrible crop dusting.
I'm the one to be the casual person here. I'm only the one here.
I think he actually looks kind of cute. But this was a brutal scene. Definitely one that also disturbed me when I was a little kid. Because I probably saw this one when I was, I don't know, like 4 or 5, something like that. At the same time I was watching classic Doctor Who.
Oh my gosh. At least they use like what do you call it? They slow down the frame rate for some of the.
Yeah, that helps a little bit.
Because earlier Godzilla was moving way too quickly.
Hey guys, let's Wicker Man him or Frankenstein him. That'll help, right?
Yeah, this kind of surprised me that
you guys are making it too easy.
They just killed the uncle right here, just so kind of casually. I think he's one of the ones that dies, isn't he?
Those are crazy throws of those torches.
They are.
Matches, by the way.
I mean, they're like it's like if I threw a torch like 70 stories in the air.
And they're all so close to each other throwing them. It's ooh.
That is still so creative of using matches, and they're like just flicking them off. That is so cool.
Yeah, I like that. The matches, yeah, is
These guys are getting into it. He's got the splooge. That ain't Nickelodeon slime.
oh no.
Man, this reminds me of the TikTok videos where
Holy shit!
you see they show like a little person with like a bow and arrow, and then it like flips, and then there's like a little toothpick hitting a person. This is like a whole subgenre of TikTok videos.
Yeah, they sure lingered on those bodies for a while too there.
Power of Kroll.
There's the uncle dead right there on the ground.
Weirdly, like the same effect they did for the twins in the Mothra movie.
Rebirth.
Caleb, I think that I think Hedorah here is making a statement. He's like, I'm the only one here that, like, Godzilla, he's been having his fun for like the last 15 years or whatever it is, and it's my time to like be the one who causes mass devastation and genocide to the people here in this land. Only I'm gonna be the next one to like commit like the immoral crime.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, does Godzilla always only have... Oh, wait, he does have a thumb.
Get that
It looked like...
acid off of me.
This whole movie, I thought he only had 4 fingers, but now I see the thumb.
The way they dropped it on his head and the instant like acid reaction, that's pretty cool. However they did that.
I'm gonna try this move I did in All Monsters Attack, or no, wait, whichever one, Gigan, or no, wait, whichever one had Junior in it.
Oh, too many of them.
Oh,
yeah.
Dear. There's a couple, I think, up to this point.
The first one.
Son of Godzilla.
Boosh! There we go. Son of Godzilla. Well, the same, I guess. Haha, sucker.
Oh, whoa!
You took out my eye, I took yours out now.
You just did a Temple of Doom on him. Holy smokes. What the heck?
He remembers how to finish this match. It is a tear out your guts match. So he's starting to...
Oh, we're seeing this here now. Okay, like...
Oh, interesting markings on it. Hedorah's back.
Yeah.
It's again weird that I like this movie so much more than the preceding 2 or 3.
It's kind of cool. It's stupid in a lot of ways, but it was trying something different.
Yeah. I forget. Did you guys do Jet Jaguar already?
Yep.
Oh.
Was he present for that? I don't remember now.
No, I was not.
No.
That was like when I was going through the set. That was like a little hidden gem for me. Diamond in the Rough.
Yep. Megalon's lots of fun.
That was such a good one and such great miniatures.
We want the return of Jet Jaguar one day.
Hell yeah. Well, he's in the cartoon.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. With a singular point.
And I have the like
Whoa.
8 to 10 inch toy.
What in the flip is he doing? Oh, it's the smog laser. It's the smog laser.
Oh my god. It's like a canine erection.
Oh no.
I don't see it.
Hey, that was pretty cool.
I don't see it.
I like that. Laser coming out of the eye. Pretty damn cool.
It's like Sauron almost.
Oh my god, it's getting engorged.
Jeez, it is really like Mount Doom right now.
I'm also getting Dalek vibes, Dalek squid vibes.
Exterminate. Yeah, that's what he should have said right before he blasted.
Or Kang vibes from TMNT.
Red Kangs are best. What were you saying?
Oh dear.
You mean the Ultrons? Dear. No, Ultrams. Excuse me.
I don't know what those are.
Utrams. Darn, I can never say it. It's not Ultron. And now it's a dog. Oh, there's the pin. Okay, where's the ref?
Yeah.
Where's the ref? 1, 2.
It's one shoulder.
What the hey is he doing?
Unclear. Can't see.
Oh wait, you said there was no count, right? Never mind. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were about to morph into each other.
I thought they were about to copulate. That's what it looked like to me.
Fusion. That would be weird.
I don't even know how he can lift Godzilla.
He's got a lot of strength, and he's been in the gym recently. He's been like getting yoked from all that pollution that we've been giving him.
Asian Joe Grant has just been like the damsel in distress, and I'm not complaining about it. I still need the backstory on these folks, though. They look like Japanese Amish.
Yeah.
You could put it that way. It could also just be rural country people.
But they also remind me... Well, they look like the Japanese Amish, as if that's a thing. But also that famous painting with the old farmer and his wife with the pitchfork.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yes.
I can see that. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing with those.
Oh, ow, oh, ding, dang, dong, ow, ow, oof, ow, ouch. Where'd this hole come from?
That tail is unwieldy.
I dug it out recently.
God, it reminds me of a
I had
silverfish
this hole planned out.
or a cybermat.
Yeah.
Oh, there was these toys in the late '80s. Um,
Oh, gross. What the flip?
oh wow,
Hey.
that was me this morning. My morning constitution.
Oh no, this episode.
So this is what the Mayor McCheese shake is gonna look like. I'll
Oh,
just say, like, this is how I got out of bed this morning. um, yeah, this is okay. So how exactly? Yeah, okay. Help me out here, commentator Caleb. What are we seeing here exactly? Like,
I'm
I
at a
know you said this
loss.
is like a pull your. You said pull your guts out match. Is he gonna like overload? Oh golly, look out!
Oh
Is he gonna
my
like
god. He looks
overstuff Godzilla till he
Oh
blows up?
dear, the money shot we didn't ask for.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
there's that like money shot. Oh, it's all over the screen.
Uh,
I forgot there's a third party. It's the military.
oh, here they are. It's time to waste that budget. Yeah, we're already in a severe debt from the city destruction. Let's just keep ramping up that money.
It's kind of funny how they say, "Oh, we're gonna, use oxygen." Oh, there's the smog laser. But it's funny how they say we're gonna use oxygen to like beat Hedorah, or Hedorah, excuse me. But when they said drop the oxygen, I was like, is that Loki the oxygen destroyer? But it would make sense.
Okay. Oh, I keep trying to think. Every time we see Hedorah do that thing where he like lights up his head and it kind of extends. There was this weird Japanese disaster movie I saw where there was some sort of alien guy that did that too. I've been trying to rack my brain to remember what it was. I'll mention it if I can pull it out. Oh, actually, I just remembered it. I just remember what it was. It was called Goki Body Snatcher from Hell. Recommend anybody go check out that silly, weird movie, Goki Body Snatcher from Hell.
It would seem now the professor and his wife reluctantly made it to where the command post is, where the operations is being held, and we got movie projectors or movie screens. All right, fair enough. I guess just entertain him with cinema. we'll, we'll show him the last Godzilla film to draw him in.
Yeah, and admittedly, this conclusion, I mean, it does go crazy, but the military's involvement with it is one of the less interesting parts, I think.
Oh, geez, there. Oh, this is cool. Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
the amount of just like beam battles that's happening right now. That's all you need in the distance. Looks like he got out of that caked. Oh, what the? Okay, not gonna ask, but they look like two giant turds.
Oh no. Oh no.
Jeez. Ouch. Oh, that can't be good.
Oh, they're just destroying the ring now. Yeah, I thought they were gonna do some Irish whips off those. Yeah, but I guess not. Off the ropes.
No, so far,
Yeah.
so much for that clothesline from Heck.
No lariats either. Oh, they just keep destroying this ring. Yeah.
Jeez. Destroy the ring match. I mean, I guess you never specified which entity has to have its guts pulled out.
Ooh, is that the top of his head? That weird. Ooh, that looked gross.
You don't want to see the bottom.
I think it is the top of the
Oh,
cranium.
Come on, we're actually doing something, boys. We're doing something. We got to get this going.
yeah.
Oh,
I like these weird POV shots where they do it from that strange wide angle lens too. Oh no! Get out of the truck, you little guys!
oh, okay. Oh, okay. Reverse, reverse,
This,
reverse.
oh wow, the truck is so little.
Oh no, that guy sold it very well.
This scene weirdly reminds me of the original King Kong versus Godzilla, and
Yeah,
also
could see it.
what's the other one I was just thinking? Oh, the scene in Far From Home with Electro and Spider-Man with the inside-out suit, and Sandman.
What shot is this?
Whoa, what the? I see you. Like, okay, clearly we can.
Oh wow!
Jeez, they like.
It's like they use one of those colonoscopy cameras up close.
Oh, okay.
Godzilla. Oh, this is crazy. These almost look like miniature pup. Wait, how big is that set?
Ow, 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 ow. I saw Ultraman do that once and it didn't work. Ow, 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 my hand.
Dude, they both have fucked up bulging eyes on one side.
Ouch.
Yeah, they do.
Again, what is with your promos, man? Your taunts.
God, some of the carnage on Godzilla's face, and this reminds me of -1. I think it was -1.
Yeah.
Where there was some crazy.
And your
oh my God, you can see the bones on his left hand.
And your setbacks with his healing factor in that one.
They must have changed. Yeah, I was gonna say they must have changed props because his skin came back Wolverine, Deadpool style,
or Wolverine style.
Why can't it be Deadpool style?
Because Wolverine came first.
Yeah, what?
Oh,
Come on.
Oh, he morphed back. Excuse me. All right, now that I've been distracted and dealt with him, now it's finally time for my turn with the military. All right, so I'm going to lay out the plans here for you guys. Number one.
I don't even want to beat a dead horse, but why will the military never learn in these kaiju films?
Because that's the point.
They got to do their job. They're getting paid to be there. They know it's pointless at this point.
Come on,
just to be cannon fodder.
Tax dollars at work.
And someone tell the damn pilots to stop flying so close to the kaiju.
Jeez.
Oh, I love these cute little trucks with the blinking. Oh, it's so cute.
Wow, those are some powerful beams.
But I get that they're miniatures, but why do they have to be 3 inches? Like, why can't they be 10 inches?
Oh, they think that they're real trucks.
We're gonna give you our. We'll listen to your demands there, Hedorah. All you gotta do is just like come in between these two screens so you can look at them with both your eyes.
Are they hypnotizing him? Why is this working for him?
Yeah, now we know where Spielberg got the idea for Close Encounters.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, wasn't that long after this, was it? Was it 77 or?
Shing. Yeah, not too many years later, yet miles apart in terms of cinematography and effects.
That's fair.
There has very seldom has there been a bigger chasm like Logan's Run and then Star Wars following the next year in terms of look and aesthetic.
I like how the scientist is just like in a bed in the back of that car. It's got the blanket.
I like how they have like their portable 1971 PC, not PC laptop.
Oh, there they are. Okay.
The portable supercomputer.
Sorry, I didn't see that there were two guys up there.
Like, how does it even function?
Yeah.
I know it's a computer, but there's no network. There's no wireless. Like, how does it even...
Intranet.
Like, what is it even connected? Oh, it's connected to this device, I suppose?
Yeah, I guess
the drive-in movie theater?
Yep.
Yeah, operating the machine. Yeah. Hey, that looks pretty cozy.
It's incredible. They could just set this up on the fly. Oh, if you're a child of my era, you slept many a day in the back of a station wagon.
So I've heard, without a seatbelt.
Of course not. What are you talking about? There's no seatbelts in a place where there's no seats.
Seatbelts? What is that?
There's not even seats back there.
Hey, is this a trick? What's going on here? I'm saving the day.
Strangely, the military insignia on the helmets and whatnot looks like the Mayan number system, which is extremely similar with bars and dots on top.
Congratulations, you're an idiot.
Isaac, you're right. The body count on this one is exceptionally high for these Godzilla.
It is high, but it's really high in many Godzilla films of all the eras.
I'm only referring to this in the original. I'm not talking about anything afterwards. I'm just only talking about like what up to this point. I think this is probably like, it's just out of every single one of them I've seen so far, like in chronological order.
This is the scene that Alfred Hitchcock directed, uncredited, like Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, cool.
In
yeah, what were you saying, Isaac?
It's just out of all the films from like 54 to
45.
Exactly. Well, I mean, -1. Well, that's -0. Never mind. -2. Can't wait for -3. But 54 to now, I think this may be like, the bloodiest one potentially, or at least the one with the most like.
Well, I don't know because
casualties.
that urban destruction in some films.
But we never saw bodies.
Okay, well now you're qualifying it.
I know, except this time they explicitly show skeletons, which I'm like, I never thought they would, but I guess it's okay to show pollution killing people rather than the nuclear bomb.
Well, we also saw those guys
Well,
who
there's not
were.
really much left of the nuclear, like the skeleton.
We also saw those guys who are playing the game, and they're just like drowned in the slime. We just see their limbs poking out and a couple heads. So yeah, they don't mind going a little bit more dark with this one.
Well, the baby and the cat definitely got
Yeah,
me.
the baby. Just like who's filming that? Just watching it in the slime.
Wow, that was a great artistic touch to do the eye twitch. Theory. In films, especially in the last 10 years, I noticed a lot of random eye twitching on a whole range of films. Do you guys think a lot of that is CG?
I'll show you 3 million volts of electricity in your rear.
I never thought about that, but no, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of that is CGI.
I've seen it show it so much in the last 10, 15 years. I just can't believe that all these different actors and actresses are just that skilled with the eye twitch. Because it comes up in so many films if you pay attention.
Or maybe it was like a thing that was floating around like acting schools, and so just a lot of actors from this generation. I know that happens with golf. I've been watching a lot of professional golf, and they complain about people who are getting lessons from a certain period of time, like a 5-year window. They all got this thing drilled into them that a lot of the old pros hate. And so whenever they see it, they complain.
Right. That happens in a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Or something similar too.
And just like that, the movie is over. Wait, no, it's not.
Nope.
There's still 11 minutes left.
Oh my god, that's like that pattern that's like making a resurgence. That etcher-looking pattern. Her coat.
Oh, you know something, actually? Yeah, like with the gold panels, or brass panels, whatever you want to call it.
No.
Oh, yeah, you mean the purse, right? Her purse?
No, her black and white coat that she's wearing. The pattern. It's been coming up in a lot of women's clothing, like in the last 3 years or so.
Look at Godzilla's face. He realizes, oh, I can win the match. He's down. It's time to just start fucking tearing his guts out.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, that shot. Oh my goodness.
All he needed to do was bait. What the heck is that?
When they do that funny lens, oh wow. When they do that funny lens, it's like it goes grindhouse for a second.
Huh.
These are his balls.
I think.
Wait, what are those supposed to be? Like eggs, life force, or like
both?
Oh my gosh.
All three. It's okay, so apparently Godzilla is unaffected by 3,000 volt, or sorry, 3 million volts of electricity.
Well, depending on the one, he's powered by electricity, like Ibrahor the Deep. That's what resurrects him.
Yes, unless it's.
What were those creatures that were orbs like that in Doctor Who? Oh wow. Oh, I thought its hands were melting too.
Fatality.
Oh, look, he's regenerated now. It's
sort of.
I was getting a little bit of Legopolis vibes. I'm not gonna lie. And this reminds me of Castrovalvo when they're running around with that ambulance after post Legopolis.
Oh, is Godzilla leaving?
Yep.
Citizens of the world.
Yeah, please attend carefully.
I have won the day. Eat this, you
You'll
sucker.
die for this, Godzilla.
What the flip out of nowhere, kid?
Oh, he's getting ready for a move.
Oh no. Oh,
it's the Swanton.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Boys, salute right now.
We have liftoff. Yeah.
That's it. It's over.
OMG.
He's going where no Godzilla has gone before.
This is like a Macy's Day Parade balloon. I love how he's perfectly still.
Oh no. Oh
no. I remember this. Oh my god, look at his phallus is like F you. His tail phallus like flicking off everybody.
Oh no. What were they thinking?
Now I know where George Lucas got the inspiration for flying R2 and Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's about right. Somehow he caught up.
God, I feel like I'm watching the old monkey. Oh, what's that character's name? The monkey character who rides the cloud.
Oh,
Sun Wukong, aka Goku.
Oh.
Yeah, but there was a British or I don't know if it was dubbed, but it was very popular on UK television in the 80s,
Yeah, Journey to the West.
probably. But this reminds you of special effects whenever they're flying on the cloud.
Okay, Godzilla, you tore out a couple guts, but you didn't get him down for the count.
Oh my god. Godzilla got that. I don't know if it's blood or if it's damage from Hedorah, but it looks like when
Oh,
Kylo Ren reassembles his helmet in Rise of Skywalker.
Oof. Bring up the dark memories.
It's not a great film, but still better than the one that preceded it.
Yeah, debatable.
Not for me.
In different ways, but I think one of them is more
this
competent, which one's more incompetent.
is for.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, it's just like when Brock Lesnar does the F5, everyone just keeps one more.
Thinking.
Yeah, it must be hard to like body slam a creature that acts like helium.
Oh no, not again.
Da, da, da,
The
da,
Brigadier.
da, 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 da,
Holy
da,
smokes! It's like a
da,
bumblebee. Like, how does it even
da,
fly?
da, 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 da.
It was just for the power slam.
That your top dog. Oh, from out of nowhere, he did a flying power bomb, or maybe a body slam.
It always bothered me how his back scales would be so flexible.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's
yeah.
ground and pounding. He's ground and biting. Jeez. Oh,
Couldn't they make him rigid on the costume? I don't know. I feel like that'd be a better choice.
oh. He's lifting him up.
I wish you would just pick him up and throw him right into that metal structure. That'd be pretty funny.
It's our time. It's our time. We can do it.
These guys have been weirdly in daylight. There's like this entire battle is taking place during a solar eclipse because these guys have been in daytime like the whole time. The humans, while the creatures were mostly in night.
Yeah, the director, he didn't really know what he was doing. He forgot to do the night part for the day for night shooting.
This is like the fear and desire of Godzilla movies.
Well, that didn't work. Guess I gotta do it myself.
Dude, yep. Their insignia, like on the general's helmet, is the Mayan number 13. Like, what the heck?
They had one job. Once again, the military had one job, and even then, they blew a fuse.
Maybe it's symbolic.
Well, not Godzilla here.
There's radar. Oh, wow. That reminds me of the little flipbook animations we used to make in elementary school.
Fliporama.
The eye opening and closing.
Oh,
wow. Now,
oh,
Dalek Death Ray.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
Again, for some reason, the atomic breath doesn't work on Hedorah, so instead he amplifies it with these 2 microwaves.
I gotta say, like, a lot of the bodily carnage on Godzilla reminds me of both Shin and -1.
I was like half expecting Caleb for all of Hedorah's guts to like once they calcify and turn into dirt and or mud, whatever you want to call it, dried up rock. I was expecting it to like eventually grow back into flowers.
Yeah. That station wagon looks like it weighs 400 to 500 pounds in total.
Godzilla's face when he pulls it out, he almost looks like he's gonna eat it.
It looks like he pulled like a baby frog out of the carcass.
Looked more like something if you were bringing out like
cookie
jam or not jam. What is it?
Oh my gosh!
Cranberries, liquid cranberries. There you go. If you were like,
it's like a velociraptor going after something.
Yeah, ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Ding ding ding
it's
ding
over.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh my god! He's just pulling cow patties out of the.
That's the match. Like,
oh.
grief.
I wonder if these are like the offspring of Hedorah, the unborn offspring.
Yeah, I guess if they could all connect. I guess he's separating it all.
Maybe like the T-1000
offspring. Well, Eric, you just literally like tied it even further to Shin Godzilla.
Oh yeah, at the end.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm setting up the sequel. It's gonna T-1000. It's gonna like
all come back.
See, they need a director's cut where James Cameron adds CGI effects.
Oh no, is he doing? Oh my!
Hey,
word.
That's a CGI right there, maybe.
Oh my goodness, Caleb! Can you believe what you're seeing right now?
I love how this Godzilla not only has atomic breath, but it can curve in air.
Boom, 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 ba-ba-da-bum.
Hey, you're stealing my idea.
He's walking out. He's the hero now. The final boss.
Oh my
Godzilla.
God. Oh my god. Weirdly, Godzilla went scorched earth on the land to kill pollution.
Exactly, yeah.
I show pollution who's boss. There's only one person who can be here to kill the humans, and that's me.
Yeah, the moral of the story is that the cure was a little bit more than the disease.
All right.
Yeah, atomic destruction. That's what we need.
Oh my god, he has like that bioluminescent face paint of the Navi and Avatar 1.
Jeez. What did it cost you?
His eye.
An eye.
Somebody cut his eye. Champ, he's all fucked up.
Oh, I love Rocky. 76.
Yep.
He's like, well, I guess my work's done.
Well, time to go blow up a city.
How that's like a 20-foot tall backdrop. That's crazy. That's absolutely humongous. It's like the painted wall in Squid Games in the first room.
I do understand why they decided to do it out in like a barren field, because I assume miniatures would have probably been like way too much. Like,
Yeah, the same reason they did like in the previous 2 or 3 Godzilla films where they were practically nowhere. I want to see Godzilla standing next to Mount Fiji, like for scale.
Oh, this is.
Oh my gosh, this was like the end of what's that movie called?
jeez. This is bleak.
What the heck is that Viking movie called from 2 years ago?
Oh, Northman.
Yeah, The Northman. This is like the last shot on Mustafar in The Northman, which is an amazing sequence in that film visually.
Yeah, the second Robert Eggers movie you brought up today. How are we going to work in the witch? We can get them all in there.
Well, actually, I was going to mention the Vitch earlier.
Well, there's an Auton for good measure.
I like them bringing back all this footage. That's fun.
Yeah, and that's a clock from Wild Strawberries. That's all I could think about the first time we saw it, was that was supposed to like signify something about dreams or something.
Oh, I like that clearly he's not there cutting in, but he's looking to a better future.
One where he too cleanses the earth of all human footprints.
This looks like it's a scene from 54 Godzilla that was colorized in post.
Oh, and here comes the kid. Gamera, you're the friend to all children. When are you going to come back?
Well, I would say the cinematography of this was a precursor to AVP 2.
Damn. No, that's crazy talk.
I can't tell which film I'm insulting.
Definitely this one. At least you can see this one. AVP 2, I don't know if I'm just watching a black screen.
It's so funny. That movie is hilariously dark.
Yeah, it is.
Would be even more hilarious is if we could see like the untreated footage and it's like lightly lit, like the whole thing, and they just did it in post.
And it all looks cheap and terrible.
And now,
oh, look, now it looks like a miniature.
I'm going to space to kill it too.
I can't tell because the backdrop is so incredibly huge.
Yeah, I would have loved to.
I mean, not just the backdrop, but the whole set is incredibly huge.
Yeah, look, we have to get the wave in there. Will there be another?
Join us next time for When Godzilla Fights Space. Not Space Godzilla, just space.
Ooh, nice crocodile shot.
He beat pollution, now he's going to dominate space in every single way.
Now I want to watch Violante.
I do love the Will There Be Another. That's that's never been seen before or since.
I thought, just like how this one kind of comes out of nowhere, if you're watching them chronologically, Violante is ostentatious in a way.
Ostentatious.
Yep.
Yes, in a way like this one is.
Yeah, that's a really interesting one.
And if you buy the toys, like the Violante toy is absolutely massive compared to the other kaiju toys of the same scale.
Oh, I wanted that thing so bad.
It reminds me of those hand puppet sea dragon creatures in Carnival in Space.
Oh, the Drasigs?
Yeah, Drask, I think, or whatever they're called.
I love those guys. But yeah, I guess we're come down to the end. So what do we all think of Godzilla versus Hedorah? Starting with whoever wants to go first. I don't know.
I will say, having only seen it once before and watching a little bit earlier and realizing, oh, it's this one with another kid. But now that I've watched it in full, I am surprised how much I was not offended by this movie. Like, you know what I mean by artistically offended.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of good. It's not bad, all things considered, especially for the Showa era. I think it's a good example of making something entertaining during the Showa era that doesn't really have much budget. Because I
Hmm.
think it was very apparent to me in quality on multiple fronts, the lower budget of the previous two or three films. But this one, with another micro budget, is at least fun and
Yeah.
crazy, not crazy and stupid.
Yeah, that's a fair line. Yeah. No, I agree. I always enjoy returning to this one. It's so unusual for the Showa era in particular. I mean, there's some Heisei movies that, at least in terms of the darker tone, emulate this, but the 70s kind of it even actually feels more 60s kind of just weird stuff in there.
Yeah, the 70s, 71, even in the West, feels more 60s than it does
Yeah.
70s.
I think that particular flavor, I'm glad that they got that in when they could. So we have a Godzilla example of that kind of just wacky stuff. I think that's really fun. So I always enjoy coming back. But how about you, Isaac? Any thoughts for this one before we head over to the randomizer?
Well, this movie was made from pollution. The director was influenced and had done pollution, literally as a drug,
Oh, wow.
and instead of acid. So yeah, did Godzilla beat pollution? But us humans did not. We succumbed to it, and we all died. So
Oh.
the end for that.
I just wanted to say, I wanted to tie it in, but I couldn't really find a good time. But I'd have to say, as someone who watched like the first couple seasons of what's that? The heck is the name of that Adult Swim series? The one with Fryman and Meatball and
Aqua Team Hunger Force.
Oh,
Aqua Teen Hunger
yeah.
Force.
Yeah.
The episode that always sticks in my memory from those early seasons that I watched is that one where they have to eat penicillin, where they make the penicillin creature in the kitchen. Do y'all know that
I
episode?
don't.
I don't think so.
I think it's one of the greatest episodes of that show that I remember, and I kept thinking about that the whole time watching this. I just couldn't find a good time. I don't want to spoil it, but here goes. Nobody wants to do the dishes in their house, and so everything piles up and gets super moldy, and the mold coalesces and becomes this mold creature. Except he's very benevolent, and he's like the best roommate because he does like all the cleaning and all the chores, and he doesn't complain, and he has like a sunny disposition, and they all think he's so great. But they get like food poisoning or something, and they don't know what to do. The main regulars, and so eventually they have to eat their roommate, the best roommate, because it's like the only cure is for them to eat the penicillin creature. I don't know. I just think it's an incredible episode of adult animation.
Yeah, I've always meant to go back to that show because I have such vague memories of it. It was on when we were quite young, so I'd like to revisit that as an adult.
A better form of adult animation, if you will.
Yeah, I never liked it. I mean, like I would see it come on and be like, I don't want anything to do with that show. And then one day I got super drunk at a party, and then we were watching Robot Chicken and then Aqua Teen, and I was just like, oh, maybe I do need to watch this.
Darn it! Now I got the Robot Chicken theme in my head.
Don't you mean the one from Dawn of the Dead? If you know about that connection. But either way, I guess we should jump over to the randomizer. Oh boy, and Eric, you mentioned earlier about how we've had kind of a mixed track record with this thing. I don't know. It's been kind of a disappointing randomizer up to this point.
Yeah, it likes the point to like, yeah, the least interesting. Well, except that this one's actually good.
Yeah.
But it tends to go towards the duds.
In awkward pairings, like I think it was one time we got 3 King Kongs in a row and never got another one. We got almost all the MonsterVerse movies pretty close together.
Yeah, I feel like it's very rigged.
Except it's not, and this is, I wanted to find out. I was like, when was the last time we got a Heisei era entry pop on the randomizer? Because I've been getting pissed off how long it's been taking. And the last time we got one, Isaac, this shocked me when I found this out today. I think it was June 16th, 2019. The last time a Heisei one came up on the randomizer.
That's incredible. And then also, do you immediately add like the newer films, like is -1 and
No. Not till they come to home video.
Home release.
oh, okay, so that's when you add them. Okay, I was just wondering what the convention was.
Yeah, because we wouldn't be able to watch them then if we had to wait. So, but I guess I'll hit play on this randomizer and see what we come up with next. Oh boy.
Initiating system 1.
スーパー X2
2は第2滑走路へ。
スーパー X2 は
Working.
Oh, okay. Well, this is still in the Showa era yet again. Again, this thing is obsessed with the Showa era. But this is a better one. This is one that we can be proud to return to. It's from 1964. It's Mothra versus Godzilla.
Number 4.
Okay.
Number 4.
I mean, it's fine. I'm just not the biggest fan of Mothra from what I've seen, and I've seen most of the mainline Mothra appearances.
Oh, I love Mothra. And part of it comes from this movie. This was another one that was very frequent in the rotation on regular TV, Godzilla. And oh boy, yeah, I always was pleased when this one came on. So happy to finally give you a chance, Isaac, to see it. I don't know if you remember, Eric, but I feel like this one is maybe a direct sequel to that Mothra solo movie from the 60s. I can't remember if it ties in, but...
And I can't even... I think I watched that like 6 months ago, and I don't hardly remember it.
But otherwise, oh boy, yeah, thank you guys for coming on for this one. I had a lot of fun talking about this very silly Godzilla movie, and yeah, looking forward to that next one.
Yeah, it's one of the better ones that I've appeared on for the commentary series, I think. Weirdly sad at the same time.
Oh, but Isaac, would you like to carry us out of this one into some brighter sunrises, as Godzilla did?
As you will. Seems as though the line between pollution and nuclear fallout is blurred.
Oh.
Potentially. But you see, they are both very similar. They're both created by us. What is nuclear fallout but the ultimate form of human pollution? Till next time. Peace.